Hello and welcome to the greenhouse. We have kale on this side, and on this side we have a collard green and eggplants growing along here. These are the Chinese eggplant that's growing here along with some tarragon. The eggplants look like something we're eating their leaves, but I think that they'll be fine. And over here we have pepper plants. I have to pinch this pepper plant. It is too tall. So just pinch the tops off just to make them spread more because they're growing a little bit too leggy for me. So we have cayenne pepper, and in front of the cayenne pepper, I have celery that's growing here. We have my celery, and then here is broccoli. My children just harvest some of this broccoli so that we had it for dinner for last night. Very tasty. On this side of the greenhouse, we have tomato plants that are already taken off and going crazy. So I need to string these up already before they start getting too out of hand. And these are all my tomatoes, and below the tomatoes are pepper plants. This one is the watermelon beefsteak. This was just one tomato and it was so small, and look how huge it is right now. It's a really big plant already, and I just placed this here not that long ago. I cannot wait to have tomatoes. I've been thinking about eating a sourdough tomato sandwich. And in front we have pepper plants. These are yellow canary bell peppers, and these look way better than the ones in the front yard. They look so healthy and so lush, and they are about to flower as well. So excited. I love that. Over here we have carrots. I haven't really checked to see how these carrots are really growing. I did not thin them out. I did not do anything. But this one looks to be a pretty good size. So let's check it out. How does this carrot look? Oh, whoa. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, wow. The only thing is that it looks like something was having its way with it. Let's see if I can get another one. Another carrot. Come on, carrot. See, show yourself. Okay. There's one here that looks like it should be good as well. Let's see. Oh my, okay. Not bad at all. Look at this. Not bad, right? It smells really good too. My goodness. I want to make a carrot cake. On this side of the greenhouse, this is Black Beauty eggplant along right here in the front. In the back are all jalapeno peppers going all the way to the back. And behind the eggplant are beans, just bush beans that I planted. It's more of an experiment to see how the bush beans will do inside of the greenhouse rather than outside of the greenhouse. This is a Carolina Reaper pepper, super hot and spicy. And then behind it, I have a Cuban oregano, or whatever you want to call it. Cuban oregano, I don't know, Mexican mint, I think. It just has so many different names. But my country, we call it tiki thyme. So tiki thyme, thick leaf thyme, Cuban oregano. It's all the same plant. Good for you, beautiful, smells really good. And something very good to add to your dish. Right outside of my greenhouse, we have broccoli. We've been harvesting broccoli so far, and we've been very happy because we love broccoli. We harvest some and then we just let it grow back, and when it grows back tiny, small broccolis that we can eat. So happy about broccoli. And in this row over here, we just have my onions. I didn't really plant much in this bed. I kept on planting my ground cherries, and my chickens keep escaping and digging everything out. So they just did it this morning. So there's a big hole here. In front here, we have a cauliflower, which I'm waiting to give me some cauliflower from, but no cauliflower as of yet. And behind the cauliflower, we have some Chinese cabbage, which is ready to be harvested. I'm excited. This is my first time growing Chinese cabbage that came out really good. Normally, I always have issue where they bolt too fast or whatever. So I guess this year I planted it at the perfect time, and it looks really good. I have an elderberry plant, and it's flowering. I had 2 of them, and I wish I had the other one still, but I can propagate this plant and turn it into multiple elderberry plants. But This one, it's actually flowering. I was not expecting that this year. I was like, okay, maybe it needs more time to grow. I wasn't sure. And then out of nowhere, it just shot up and it has, well, it's getting flowers. Where is a flower? I can show you. Right here, it's starting to get flowers. I do expect to have some fruit. I'm probably gonna have to cover these from my birds. I have lots of wild birds in my yard. They love us here. In this bed, this 4x4 bed, I have kale here. There's also some dwarf peas that are looking like they're about to go. They look like they're becoming spent because it is very warm. This tastes so good. Like, if you're not growing peas, what are you doing? They don't even make it to the kitchen at all. You just eat them outside. So good. These are dwarf peas. I got these peas for free, the seeds, and I appreciate it. I do like it. So the children and I, we just come outside and we just snack on them. We don't really cook them or nothing like that. They never get to the inside of the house. It just becomes an outdoor snack. Then right here, I have cabbage. About 8 cabbages here. Some of them are growing pretty tiny, and that's because I grew them in a 12-foot space, so 12-foot square. They're a little bit smaller, but that's fine with me. I noticed you're eyeing my lemon. This is a mayor lemon. I left it outside, so it's winter. Winter had its fun with it. I thought it was dead, so I said whatever. I just left it outside, and surprise, surprise, I told the boys to put it in the greenhouse anyway, and to my surprise, it came back. So we shall see. I don't think I'm gonna get lemons this year, but my mother did tell me that I can use the leaves in place of lemons. I didn't know that. I left the Caribbean too young to remember anything like this, so I'll try it. My son bought me some teas. My elephant garlic is going to seed. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but we'll figure it out. We have some onions here that's growing. Kale that's also going to seed. And I also have a cabbage that's also going to seed. Here we have my lovely chamomile that smells so good. Over here I have a cabbage. And then in here I actually have a Swiss chard that I grew. I wanted to experiment with a bit of square foot gardening. So I planted 4 Swiss chard into a square foot space. And it seems like one is actually taken off and is doing way bigger than the others. And the other ones, they're still kind of small, but they're also still doing pretty good. Good enough for you to eat. They're not humongous like the ones in my front yard. Well, maybe just not as of yet, but they're still a good size enough for you to eat. So I just wanted to experiment, like really compacting your garden or your yard or your growing space and seeing how much food you can actually really grow. And is it way better than growing in a traditional space? In this bed and the bed next door is more of an experimenting to see how square foot gardening actually works and if it's beneficial for me. Over here we have a cauliflower. This is a cauliflower that it's humongous. I am hoping that I will get actual cauliflower from this, like an actual big head. I normally don't do well with cauliflower, so this will be the first for me. Behind the cauliflower, this is a holy basil. These are all volunteers I grew here last year, along with some weeds trying to sneak themselves in. I collect these for tea, or sometimes I eat them in my food depending on what I'm making. I really do love it. One of the better things that I think that I've grown in recent years that I appreciate, and it comes back every year, and that's because of seed falls, and so I end up having a lot of volunteer, but I need to really save my seeds. So I do have some cauliflower that is in grow bags. I think these are 2 different varieties. I don't remember the names. I probably lost my labels. Sometimes I put labels on stuff and the labels get erased once it's outside. Probably not using the right marker. Alongside of my greenhouse is some potatoes that I have grown in grow bags. I've been taking the flowers off because I really want them to grow a lot of potatoes. I've been just adding soil as I go, or wood chips. And so I'm excited. They look really healthy and they look like they're having a really good time in the bags. I've heard that grown potatoes in bags are way better or more superior. So this will be my first time actually really seeing the results of that. And I will let you guys see how did they do and how much harvest I got. In this 25-gallon grow bag, I have, this is a zucchini. This one is called Rampacante. I might be saying the name wrong. So this side of my garden, there will be nothing growing here. Well, I will not be planting anything here. So these are all plants that are either perennials that will keep on coming back or just volunteers that come up. And I'm just gonna leave this space alone. I'm fighting the urge to not plant something, to not pull out weeds, to not manipulate it in any way, but I'm just gonna let it go back to just doing its thing and let nature take its course. And then next year I will definitely be planting here again. I would say that the hyssop is flowering. I like hyssop. I like the tea a lot. I don't drink it very often because it's very drying. So it is good for if you have a cold, you have like mucus and stuff that's just running. It's good to drink the hyssop for that reason. Here I planted a pepper plant, and then behind it, this is the lemon verbena that was planted here maybe a few years ago. And along here we have, these are all Roma tomatoes. Some are flowering already, and I'm just gonna grow these in the bags because I don't have as much space. So these are mostly volunteers that I actually got these from my front yard. I just placed them in the bag, and it's kind of cool to have. In this bed, we have cauliflower. They're not my favorite. They're being attacked by aphids and everything. And I think it's also due to the fact that I did not companion plant the way how I normally would. Well, let's talk about this bed right here. In this bed, it's a fairly large oregano plant that is here that I've been harvesting some from it, but I'm not doing it fast enough. So I'm gonna come and chop back the entire thing and dry it out so I can have for my seasoning for a later date. Also, here is a Swiss chard that is going to seed. And here we have Swiss chard, another one that's grown really small, a weed that we don't need. Kohlrabi here that I planted, and this one looks really good compared to the other ones I had in the front yard, and I think the oregano is actually helping it as well. Once this kohlrabi gets to a really good size, I will pull this one out, and then it will give a chance for these ones to get a little bit bigger. This is a squash plant. My daughter planted it here as a volunteer, and she pulled it out the compost, I believe. We also have some pepper plants, some baby pepper plants that is here. See, and over here is also eggplant and 2 more eggplants that are here. And that's it for this bed. So there is not much happening in this bed. There's a carrot here that's going to seed, which I'm happy about because I like to save my own seeds. I don't remember exactly which carrot, but I'll probably be planted again this fall. So, well, before the fall, so I can have a fall harvest of carrots. We also have cabbages here. This bed is not filled in as of yet. I planted some tomatoes that were struggling in a pot, and I don't know, they don't look too good. They don't look so good. I do not like it at all, not one bit. This is a chamomile that's growing here, hasn't started flowering as of yet. And I don't like the way that these cabbages are growing or doing. They just don't look as good as the last ones. In this bed, we have our carrots again, more carrots. That this bed, I need to get these carrots out because I want to make this a sweet potato bed. So a little bit by little bit, I've been harvesting carrots, and these carrots are old. See, like these carrots are old. See, like they all need to be harvested out. My children will be more than happy to harvest all these carrots out for me, and so that we can use them. The soil is super duper soft. This bed is another bed of carrots. As you can see, one of the carrots are going to seed. I don't remember what carrot this is, but let's see. We pull one out. Yeah, I think that these are the giant red carrots. This is a carrot that went to school, went to college, got good grades. You know, doesn't have a potty mouth, just a wonderful carrot. And here we have broccoli. The funny thing is that this broccoli and that broccoli, it's the same broccoli, but this one is anemic. It's just not as big, and different soil. This soil is mostly soil that I imported from my county, and this soil in this bed is actually from my chicken coop. So it's such a big difference. Wow. But nothing much happening here. I'm thinking about growing sweet potatoes as well in this bed once I'm finished with all these carrots. I think that we would harvest all of these carrots this week. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pull them all out and transfer all these beds into sweet potato beds, this and this bed, and then the other bed with the cabbages. I'm gonna plant more things in there and some climbing beans and so forth. And I'm hoping that it will look beautiful and be successful. This bed is a bed that makes me proud because, as I said, this came all of the soil from this bed came from my chicken coop. The broccoli has a nice, beautiful head. It's so nice. And this one is also getting a head. And so is this one. And this one over here. So it looks pretty good. We have an old Swiss chard back here, which is still showing out and showing off, and I still eat from it. And then behind here is chamomile. And this one looks so beautiful. So here is my holy basil, and these are just green onions that I planted around here from seed. Over here we have my lemon balm, which I need to enclose. This is a new area. It's basically by my patio of my house, and this is the north side of my garden, so it gets morning sun. And I wanted to make here into a flower plus herb garden area, so it's just something I started. I'm not completely finished with it as of yet. I'm still working on this area to make it look really beautiful. So right here we have Coreospis. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm always jacking up the name. Coreopsis. I'm probably saying it wrong. Yeah, so these are really pretty. My daughters love them. I love the color. I got these on clearance. So when I got these plants, they did not bloom at all. They were finished, spent, just like, I was like, oh my goodness, I wasted my money. Why did I buy this plant? But I did not, because it looks so pretty. Look, it's just so gorgeous. And behind here, I do have, this was a volunteer cilantro here. I have some savory that I started from seed. There's some other flower seeds that's popping up here. So it should look really nice, but I want to add more herbs to this section.